Okay, everybody, we have in our midst one of the finest network marketers on the planet. Laura Bacchini has been networking for around 30 years, although if you see her picture, you'd never believe it. She started with 3 little kids under 3 on her lap as she was doing her work, has 4 kids in the business with her now, and I believe she has some good things to say about our presenter and the company that both represent. Laura Bacchini.
Hello, can you hear me, Rob?
Yes, perfectly.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's Wave 4 presentation. And we have with us John T. Burns, who's a new team member to Sisel, an incredible person who's a professional, somebody I've known about for 20 years, and I'm proud to call him my friend. And he's done an amazing amount of work to put this all together for everybody. So John T. Burns from South Carolina is going to present to us tonight. So John, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Laura. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. Well, everybody, this is our inaugural launch, and we might have a couple of hiccups, but don't worry because we're going to post this on the Team Wave 4 Now team page on Facebook. So anyway, I don't know why I said that because they're going to see it. Anyway, you know, the world has changed, and we've entered a new era, the era of Wave 4, and it really is a tsunami of opportunity. You know, if you take a look at all the changes that have occurred over the past 20 years, it's absolutely amazing. And, you know, it's really going to make it easier for you to succeed in network marketing, especially when you're dealing with a Wave 4 company like Sisel International. So with that, I want to go ahead and get started and start flipping the page. But I want to ask you a question, and if you're a guest, just answer it in your mind and just go through it and act if, you know, you were sitting right in front of me, and I'm just going to ask you, you know, why do people get involved in network marketing? And if you think about it, most people get involved in network marketing to make money. But the real question is, well, why do people leave their network marketing company? And if you think about it, they're not making any money. And then if you look at this, what is the one thing that most people need today that will eliminate 95% of their concerns in this economy? And once again, that answer is money, okay? And, you know, there's nothing wrong with wanting more money, especially in this economy when you're trying to raise a family and you're trying to survive and you're trying to provide an education for your children. And, you know, the key thing is you got to find the right opportunity. The right opportunity is right here with Team Wave 4 Now. You know, we're very blessed, and it's a miracle, and you'll hear the whole story on Saturdays, on our Saturday, Super Saturday, Wave 4 Super Saturday presentation, where you'll be able to attend a training right from the comfort of your own home and see the inside story of how all this got started. Fortunately for us, in 2006, Mr. Tom Maurer built Sisel International, and he built this amazing manufacturing facility to make his own products, and they make them at such high efficiency. They're the best in class products, and you definitely want to make sure that you try them. And we're just so proud to be affiliated with Tom, Sisel International, and the Maurer mission, because that's really what it's all about. You know, with Sisel, the function of leadership is to produce more leaders, not more followers. And that's what Team Wave 4 is all about. Our motto for the team, if you will, is work smart, work consistently, and win. Now, if you take a look at what U.S. Census Bureau statistics reported in January of 2014, just last year, just a year ago, for every 100 Americans who actually reach age 65, 1 end up wealthy, 4 end up financially fit. Well, what does that mean? Well, they've had no change in their lifestyle. In other words, if they were buying a brand new car every 3 years before they retired, they're still able to do that, okay? But then the red line appears, and I'm willing to bet that there's nothing below this red line that you are going to find appealing. For example, at age 65, 3 Americans are still working. After working 40 years of their life, they're still working. And that was as of a year ago. 63 are dead broke. I mean, to work all your life, and reach 65, and 63 out of 100 people are dead broke. And this is even more shocking. In fact, I think this number is going up, okay? 29 are dead, okay? So you got to ask yourself, you know, you got the top 5%ers, and then you got the other 95%ers, all right? And you wonder, well, why is that? What's going on? But more importantly, the million-dollar question tonight is, what demographic group is this affecting the most right now, okay? And that answer is the baby boomers. Well, what's a baby boomer, or who's a baby boomer? Everyone born between 1946 and 1964. So they're 50 to 68 years young, okay? Because that's their attitude. They're years young. There are 76 million baby boomers in the United States alone, and 1 billion worldwide. And the thing about the baby boomers is that they're trend drivers. They drive major trends ever since they showed up. They took a little company that nobody ever heard of, and they put that company on every grocery shelf in America, Gerber baby food. And then Mattel toys came along. In fact, I remember having a major Matt Mason myself, okay? And then, of course, there's Buster Brown shoes and Kenny shoes. And the boomers just made them real big. And then, well, look what they did for fast food restaurants like McDonald's, Burger King, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I mean, when I was a high school kid, if you liked a girl, you took her to a movie. If you really liked her, you took her to a movie, and you took her to Pizza Hut, okay? So then elementary schools, in 1957, they built more schools in that 1 year than they did 15 years prior or 15 years since, all to catch up and deal with the demand generated by the baby boomer generation. And then in the 1970s, we had a major real estate boom, okay? So what's next for the boomers? Well, a recent survey said that baby boomers at age 65, 42% of them, they want to continue to work and play, okay? And 16% will work part-time. 13 will start their own home-based business. Now, if you take 13% of 76 million, that's a pretty big number. And then 6% of the people said that, they're 64 and over, that they want to stay working just so that they got the mental stimulation and they need a challenge to keep them going. One thing the baby boomers don't want to do is they don't want to spend the last 6 months of their life in a nursing home. They want to live life to the fullest and meet the good Lord the next day, okay? So how will the baby boomers affect network marketing in Wave 4? Well, how have they affected it since the beginning of network marketing time? When the boomers first popped up in Wave 1 from 1945 to 1979, this phase was known as the underground phase. And all of this is brought to you by a book called Wave 4, Network Marketing in the 21st Century, written by a gentleman by the name of Richard Poe. The book was published in 1999. And I read it 15 years ago. And when I read it, it was a book of the future. It was a book of prophecy. And they said someday there'll be a Wave 4 company, okay? And, when you take a look at what he predicted, it's amazing how awesome. I mean, back then he was like the Nostradamus of network marketing. Today, if you read the book, it's like a modern history book or current affairs. But what was next for the baby boomers as they got older? Well, Wave 2 kicked in the 80s. And what company really made it big in the 80s? Nu Skin International. Why? Because the boomers started to turn 40. Some of them were getting some crow's feet, maybe a little bit of wrinkles around their face, around their mouth. And they didn't want it. So Nu Skin came along and actually became a billion-dollar business because they really got in front of the curve of aging baby boomers and provided products that they wanted and needed at the time. Nu Skin actually developed a concept called divisional diversification. Well, what the heck does that mean? Well, the easiest explanation or analogy I can think of is like General Motors. You got Cadillac, you got Pontiac, you got Chevy, you used to have Oldsmobile. They were all different brands, but they were all General Motors. And then another company called New Vision developed the unilevel comp plan and actually was able to provide deeper payouts so people could make money. The bottom line with that is New Vision actually made network marketing history because they hit $1 billion and they did it in 6 years. So just a fantastic success story in Wave 2. And then here we are coming into the 90s. Wave 3, the mass market phase. And a company came along called Market America and introduced a new concept called the mall without walls. It was actually a virtual mall in cyberspace. And they also introduced the binary compensation plan. Now, there are a lot of plans that have come along since that time, but this was pretty much the first binary plan ever to get started. And it then, back in the 1992 when they got started, it was a major breakthrough because it was never done before. And people that got tired of receiving $6 checks at Amway were very excited to receive their first $300 check in Market America. But where are we today? Wave 4. And in 2006, Mr. Tom Maurer founded Sisel International in the United States. He built a major manufacturing facility, and it cost him $150 million. And I'm really proud to be affiliated with it because, A, it's the world's first Wave 4 company. It's kind of like if I were to ask you, well, who's the first president? And pretty much I'm willing to bet everybody on this call could tell me who the first president was, George Washington. But if I said, well, who was the second? You might think about it for a while and say, no, I don't know. Well, the truth is nobody cares who comes in second. People only care about who came in first. And fortunately tonight for you, you're at the right place at the right time. You're with the first Wave 4 company. Now, taking a look at the economy today, when I first got started in this industry almost 30 years ago, we used to talk about the 40 to 50-year plan versus the 2 to 5-year plan. And then it came to the 40 to 50-year plan versus the 2 to 3-year plan in the 90s. But today, that plan is gone. It's gone forever. It died with the industrial age, okay? And, people are trying to say, well, what are we going to do with the economy? How are we going to change? How are we going to get back? We're not. Because it's really the time or money plan or the time and money plan. If you take a look at this little chart on the right side of the video that's playing right now, you're going to see you got two halves. You got the left and you got the right, okay? And on the left side, you have 95% of the population. And they only have 5% of the wealth. And they fall into two categories. They're either an employee and have a job, or some poor guys are self-employed and they own a job, okay? Then they got to choose between time or money. They can't have both. If you want more time with your family, you're going to have less income. If you want more income, you're going to have less time with your family. I mean, that's just the way it is. You got to choose. But if you take a look at the right side, you're looking at 95% of the wealth of this country is created by business owners, okay? Business owners that have a system, and that's what you have with a Wave 4 company and a Wave 4 system. You have a system pretty much like a franchise. In fact, I call us the virtual franchise, okay? So you can build a business. You can be very successful, especially with the power of the Internet and social media today. You can be very successful, generate a lot of income if you work hard. You have to work hard. Some people say, he got lucky. It's kind of funny that the words luck and work both end with a K, okay? And once you make the money, then be smart with your money and invest it. Don't blow it. I mean, spend some of it, but, invest it. And this really constitutes 5% of the population. The kind that the media love the victim. They love to make them, just bad guys, the 5%ers. But those guys are actually the ones that are creating the jobs and creating income and making it happen, okay? Those are the people that are making their dreams come true. And the beautiful thing about this opportunity with Sisel International is regardless of where you come from financially, believe me, you can make your dreams come true. So here we are, Sisel International, a Wave 4 company. And Sisel is actually an acronym, and it stands for science, it stands for innovation, it stands for energy, and it stands for longevity, okay? And here's the facility that Mr. Tom Maurer built. He invested $150 million. The company is debt-free, okay? I mean, it's just amazing. before he recruited or sponsored one distributor in America, he built this entire facility. And this is a major competitive edge because as far as I know, there's only one other company in the United States that has done this, and they're 40 years old, okay? We won't mention any names. But what if you could remove all of the potentially harmful ingredients from your home, okay? And we're talking about inflammation and what's going on. People are having heart attacks today, early on in their 50s and 40s, strokes in their 50s and 40s. Kids are coming up with diseases that we just never saw before when we were growing up, okay? You know the most deadliest room in your house is your bathroom because a lot of the products in your bathroom have all of these harmful ingredients. In fact, they found that underarm deodorant actually causes breast cancer in women. I mean, who would have thought of that, okay? So let's get the bad stuff out. Let's get rid of the toxins. Let's get rid of the products that aren't good for us, that can harm us and harm our family. And let's make our homes Sisel safe and Sisel approved, all right? Now, we're going to start introducing you to our line of Sisel products with a product line we call the Triangle of Life because it's all about taking back your life and taking back your health. You know, you can have $1 million, but if you don't have your health, you really don't have a whole lot because you're rapidly running out of time. The most valuable thing you have in life is time because once you spend that time, you'll never get it back. So we have 3 powerful products, Eternity, Spectromax, and Frecoin. And I'm not going to get into all their benefits and everything right now because you've already seen a video that will explain a lot of that. And if you haven't, I invite you to go to the website of the person that invited you to this virtual home meeting. And also, here's a product that we kind of pulled out of the triangle and put it to the side called TSX. It really is a defying age product. It actually causes cellular regeneration within the body, okay? Fascinating product. The fact that Sisel International in Wave 4. Well, in the book on Chapter 17, on page 113, Mr. Poe lists 5 criteria that a company has to meet in order to be considered a Wave 4 company. Well, you know, it just so happens that Sisel International is the only company that meets or exceeds all of this criteria. And let's go through each one of these criteria. Let's start off with interconnectivity. You know, the world has shrunk. With the World Wide Web, the world is totally connected. And communications are traveling around at the speed of light. I mean, it's amazing. You know, if I take this PowerPoint and I download it into an email, it takes about 10 seconds. But when I press send, bing, it's already in Utah, or it's already in California. Heck, it's already in France, Germany, or England. That's how fast emails fly. They fly global communication at the speed of light. Talk about infinite momentum for a minute. Most Wave 3 companies, and that's really, I mean, we got to compare us to somebody because there is no other Wave 4 company. We're it. We're the only one. Wave 3 companies, every company in network marketing day is a Wave 3 company. I don't care what company it is, it's a Wave 3 company. And this is traditionally what they do. You know, they'll go through their formulation stage, and 1 out of 100 companies make it out of that. And then they go into their concentration stage, okay? And then what happens is, during that phase, they get their stuff together, and, you know, they focus on systems and tools, and they're trying to get to that little explosion right there called critical mass, which is $5 million a month or $50 million in annual sales, and then, bam, they take off like a rocket for about 4 or 5 years. And then they taper off. Now, they're still climbing, but not at the same rate of altitude, and they're tapering off, and they're into what they call stability. And that's really when the name of the company becomes a household common name. And then what do? Well, if they started in the United States, then they end up going over to Europe, or they go to Asia. And some of them are getting smart, and they're going down to Latin America. The biggest opportunity for network marketing is in the Central and South America. A, they speak Spanish. B, they're in the same hemisphere, the Western Hemisphere, and that's definitely the place to go. So let's talk about what Sisel International is going to do with infinite momentum. It's never been done before, okay? And we're in concentration approaching global momentum right now. because we're open in 36 countries all at the same time. And we offer a seamless global presentation plan, a seamless business, and a compensation plan that is unparalleled in the industry, okay? And it's open in 36 countries, and that number is growing. It's growing all the time. Case in point, I got a friend on Facebook by the name of Roxy who lives in Rome. And we've been talking and chatting back and forth for about 3 years now. And she's a lovely young lady, very attractive. And then I'm looking at our Sisel lash product and our skincare product, and I just chatted with her on Facebook and said, hey, Roxy, I really think you'll like this. So I went to my mysisel.com website, my replicating website, clicked on her country, Italy, then clicked on Italian as a language, and my entire website converted into Italian. I copied my URL, and I sent it to her in a Facebook chat. Bing! And it would clear across the Atlantic Ocean and right on her computer in less than a second. That is incredible. And all those little lights that you're looking at in that picture on the globe on the earth, those are product orders and daily paychecks going around the world. Paying everybody, ordering product. I mean, it's flying around. It's unbelievable, okay? And we have a Wave 4 turnkey system. And we've leveled the playing field. We finally have leveled the playing field, giving anyone who has the desire, the right attitude, and the right work ethic for a fair shot at the pursuit of happiness, working from home. Now, I didn't say we guaranteed happiness. I'm saying we're giving you a fair shot at the pursuit of happiness, because no one can guarantee success except you. As long as you're willing to keep up, even when you make a mistake, it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. And it's real simple. With our system, you simply look at someone and say, hey, you might be looking for this. I can't promise you anything, but check out this website, and you might really be happy with what you see here. And let our Wave 4 systems do all your presentations for you. You see, our team's primary focus isn't on making presentations. Our team's primary focus is building relationships. I mean, having a genuine, real conversation with somebody, looking them in the eye, not thinking about what we're going to say next, but asking them a question and looking at them in the eye and genuinely listening to what they've got to say. And they'll tell you whether or not they're happy or whether or not they're looking, okay? And then we talked about sustainable commission. Now, this is Mr. Tom Maurer. He is the founder and chief scientific officer of Sisel. And he recently said in a recent magazine called Ground Opportunity that, you know, he said, and to quote him, he said, I believe that binary compensation plans are cash cows for the top leaders and the company, but lots of people are not making any money in that model. It's like Robin Hood in reverse. And then he said, our model highly rewards both the new distributor and the seasoned veteran. And you know what? That is almost verbatim, right out of the book. I saw this quote and couldn't believe it. And it's just proved to me that we truly are a Wave 4 company with Sisel International. And they've come out with a Wave 4 global compensation plan that's absolutely extraordinary. Now, don't worry about trying to take these notes or anything because, A, it's being recorded, and B, it's going to be posted on the team page, and you'll be able to come back to it. But you know what? I've had 30 years experience in this industry, and I've been looking at this comp plan for 2 weeks. And every day, my mentor, Miss Laura Bacchini, every day for 2 weeks, she said something to me about this comp plan, and my light bulb not only goes on, but it's getting brighter and brighter and brighter every day. It's absolutely out of the box. It's totally unconventional, and we're going to get into it. It has 5 separate components. And I'm going to tell you what traditional network marketers try to do. In their mind, they try and squeeze all these components together like they're Legos or something. Don't do that. Keep them separate. Take them one at a time, understand them, and we'll go through it. And I'm not going to teach you the comp plan tonight. It's 28 minutes past the hour, and we're going to be done in about 5 minutes. But I'm just going to highlight some stuff for you. And this is incredible. This is a daily, I said daily, fast start bonus. Okay? And it goes down 8 levels. And how far down it goes depends on you, not your group, not how much volume you got, but on how much you're willing to spend and transfer by the dollars you're already spending for your shampoos and your toothpaste and your laundry detergent and your vitamin supplements. Buy your own. Buy your own from your own Sisel business. And if you start off as a bronze and invest $50 a month into your business, you're going to get paid 2 levels. If you decide to invest $100, you're going to get paid down 4. If you decide to go gold and invest $150, you're going to go down 6. But if you do 200, and 200 is a no-brainer. My very good friend, Diane Papa, our first night, she came up with an order of $247, and she was so excited about these products. She said, John, if I had $1,000, I would have spent $1,000 that night. That's how excited she got about the product. But you know what? What I love about our comp plan is that if all you can afford is 50, that's okay. Because what you do is you build your team, and you start, and everybody starts with a single step, and you can start out at 50 and work your way up to 200. In fact, when you accumulate customers who really don't want to do the business, but they want to make their home Sisel safe, you can actually qualify through what we call sweat equity. And this is no monthly, it's all based on your monthly qualification. You don't have to worry about it. And if that don't make sense to you right now, no problem. Just get up with the person who invited you here. Here's our second part called direct commission. This is unparalleled. 56% paid out, and we get paid monthly. So far we get paid daily, and we get monthly. And then we got a bonus that's paid out to professionals who actually hit what we call the master distributor level, and they generate $1,000 in personal group volume, okay? Now, the beautiful thing about this is if you help 4 people make $1,000, 4 make $1,000, you're going to get a $400 bonus. And, you know, as this continues to progress, it pays down 4 generations. So this can get real serious fairly quickly. I'm not talking about 2 to 5 years. You can make an incredible amount of money. Miss Pacini's doing it very well, and she's only been with the company for 3 years. And now this is really exciting, a global bonus pool that we have, okay? And we got a leaders pool of 1% and a fast start pool of 5%. And it's based on worldwide volume. For example, if my friend Roxy in Italy buys some product, that volume is going to fly across the United States through the internet, right into the computer over in Springfield, Utah, and it's going to go towards our calculations. And all the communication, all the sales from all the different countries that we're open in, they all come into Utah, they all get counted up, and then they take 5% of the volume, and they come up with how many people qualified it, and that's the value of a share. I mean, that's pretty incredible. And you got to be a 1-star to get 1 share. I mean, come on. It's like profit sharing. It's just unbelievable. And you might not see this your first couple months or your first 6 months of the business, but don't worry about it because it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just going to be phenomenal. And then we have a luxury car bonus. And it starts out at 1-star, 200. And it goes clear up to 1,500. But, you know, the bottom line is we've got 5 different ways to make the money. And the closer you look, the better we look. You know, an axiom is a statement that's considered to be true. But it requires no scientific proof, like what goes up must come down, okay? In network marketing, profitability is always measured in how wide you are. But security of your organization and your income has always been measured in depth. The beautiful thing about our global compensation plan, our Wave 4 plan, is that it builds width and depth at the same time. I'm going to say that again. It builds width and depth at the same time. So you may personally sponsor them, and you may place them underneath somebody else on the 3rd level, but as far as you're concerned, for check matching purposes, you're on your 1st level. They might be on somebody else's 3rd level, but they're still on your 1st level. And that is absolutely incredible. In fact, you know, it's just like Uncle Walter used to say every night when he did the sign-off on the CBS Evening News. And that's the way it is. Now, we're going to wrap it up here by talking about our high-touch approach. And, you know, these are my 2 immediate mentors. This is Ray Hutchison, and he's up in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. And this is Miss Laura Pacini, and she's up in Boston. Now, they're both on the road. They're both on the road right now, running all over, helping people build their business. But you know what? She really summed it up in that magazine. She said, you know, if you treat your network marketing business like a real business, it'll pay you like a real business. And here we are. We're really the new professional, okay? This is a book written by Dr. Charles King, and he predicted that in the 21st century, there would be a rise of network marketing as the next major profession. And what better place to be a professional than at Sisel International? We have daily conference calls that you can plug into, weekly webinars, team meetings, systems and tools and training, everything you need. And we're also on the cutting edge of social media. So we're definitely here. So really the two questions boil down to is why Sisel and why now? Well, with Sisel, you're definitely in the right place. And if you're lucky enough that this is your first company, this will be your first and last company. This will be the only company you work with because you're going to make a tremendous amount of money if you're willing to work. Now, I'll say that again. If you're willing to work, you'll get paid. And as Tom Sr. always says, this is Tom Sr. and Jr., Tom Howard Sr. and Jr., Tom is always saying, hey, you better get your rear in gear because we're in the sweet spot. Well, what does that mean, the sweet spot? That means that we're exactly right there. We're in concentration, and we're doing $1 million a month, and we're working towards $5 million. And when we hit $5 million, we're going to hit critical mass, and we're going to start a global momentum curve for the next 10 years. It's going to be the biggest thing that ever hit this industry. And people are going to talk about it for decades of what Sisel International did. And we're going to join industry giants like Amway, that's been around for 50 years. Nu Skin, $1 billion company. I mean, we're going to be not doing $1 billion. Tom said we're not just going to do $1 billion a year. He predicts we're going to do $1 billion a month. So the opportunity is here. So let's just wrap it up with this. Are you an A, a B, or a C? A means, are you ready to get started? Absolutely. I'm ready to get started right now. If that's the case, get up with the person that invited you to this virtual home meeting. B means, you know, I may be interested, but I got a few questions. Again, get back with the person that invited you to this meeting. They'll book an appointment with their senior mentor, and that person will definitely be able to handle any question you have, okay? And, you know, you might be a C, and that is, hey, you're not really interested in the business right now, but you see the potential, and you want to get all these toxins out of your home, and you want to make your home Sisel safe, and you want to be a customer. And we'd love you to be a customer. We love customers at Sisel International. And you'll love the product so well that, you know, you may start off as a customer, but you're going to love the product so much, and you're going to be recommending them so much to other people, that you might say, you know, heck, I might as well be a distributor. Either way, it's time to hit the Sisel International red button, and let's get your home Sisel safe, and let's get your business off the ground. So this really is the new paradigm of the 21st century. We're in the right place at the right time, but, you know, luck is best defined as being at the right place at the right time, but also taking action. You have the world in your hand, literally, with Sisel International. My name is John Burns, and I want to thank you for attending this virtual home meeting with Team Wave 4 and Sisel International. Thank you, and good night.